guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm Guye and you're watching Guye B TV. So today we're having a talk video. I've been really accumulating and calculating how I want to do talk videos, and I decided I want to do topic videos and take notes and really have something to give to you guys. So I did just that. This is my first one where I actually took notes, so be patient with me. And I hope that you guys like these and we're learning from each other. So yeah. And before we get started, how do you guys like my new intro? Changing some things up around here. But yeah, so welcome back. If you are coming back, if you are new, welcome. Join the squad, join the family, and all that. So today I wanted to talk to you guys about internalizing anger or internalizing your feelings. And how to stop doing it. So, or if you don't know you're doing it, and just the signs of someone who does that. So internalizing your feelings, or people who have a hard time doing this, are people who have difficulty coping with negative emotions or stressful situations. So they direct their feelings inward. I wanted to talk about this because I'm one of those people, and it took me so long to really understand that I internalized everything, and now that I'm older, everything that I have internalized is coming out, and sometimes not in the best form. So some of those behaviors include social withdrawal, feeling loneliness or guilt, feeling unloved, sad, nervousness, not standing up for yourself, fearfulness, and changes in your sleep or eating patterns. I mean, I feel like a lot of different diagnoses have the sleeping and eating pattern, but I can for sure vouch for myself and say I've had some of those behaviors. I feel guilty a lot about let's say I didn't do well on a math test or something. Listen, I'm just gonna give you a random example. Or yeah, let's say math, and I felt like I could have done better. I feel guilty. I'll beat myself up about it. Or if one thing goes wrong, maybe work isn't going well, I pull myself away from everyone because I feel guilty and I feel like I'm alone and I'm the only one that messes up, and I really just internalize anything that happens to me inward. And even one time I had a boss who I didn't like getting bad news, because bad news would just give me anxiety, make me want to crawl up in this ball and blame myself. And so I would avoid things. And my friend would always be like, I don't get you. Why do you keep avoiding things? I'm like, hey guys, sorry to interrupt. If you like what you see so far, make sure you hit that subscribe button and join the squad. Because I know how I'm going to react to it. It's super weird, but internalizing feelings is okay, when someone tells you what to do, you if someone tells you what to do, you don't want to do it, but you do it because you're I want to avoid conflicts. I'm not gonna say what I'm thinking. But when I was young, this started really young. I was the quieter kid. I was the one who didn't talk back to my parents. I had a lot of respect for my parents, even though I didn't agree with some of the things they said or did when I was younger. I never talked back. I sat there, I'd listen, even if I was so against whatever was being talked about. I would sit there, listen, walk away, and just do as they say. So I grew up internalizing my feelings early on, and it became such a norm to me. Whatever my dad said went. Even though I was upset or mad, I would go write about it, or I would just talk through it in my head about it, but I never said what I wanted to. I was too scared. I never stood up for myself. I never allowed myself to express my feelings. So that's just how I grew up. I became that way. And having that just bleeded into all other parts of my life. For a long time in my life, I really did not stand up for myself. I didn't speak my mind the way I wanted to, because I always internalized it, and I always felt bad about hurting somebody's feelings, and I'm like, oh, I don't want to say that, even though this is how I feel. I don't want to say that because I don't want to hurt somebody's feelings. I don't want to upset them. I don't know what they're going through. And I'm just like, internalize, I guess, you know, keeping what I feel like I wanted to speak about inside because I worried about other people. But in turn, I realized, like, they weren't worried about me, you know, when they say whatever they wanted to say. And that just made me feel weak because I felt like I had no voice. And I kept everything to myself. And it just kept building up and building up and building up. And now that I'm older, when situations happen, now I have to voice my opinion. And I have to say, like, yo, even if I don't say it at that moment, I'll send a text or something, say, you know, I really didn't like how that made me feel. That really bothered me. And I always say, you don't have to respond to it, or you don't have to even, like, don't feel like I'm attacking you. I just have to say it, because for so long I kept everything inside, and it builds up, it builds up, it builds up, and once you, like, let it go, it's so freeing. But now I feel like I always have to, like, compensate for the times I didn't speak up for myself and allowed people to treat me whichever what way and say whatever they wanted to me. So now I do voice my opinion. And if you don't start realizing that you are internalizing things, you're never gonna be the boss of your own life. People are always gonna run all over you. You're always gonna be taking someone else's advice or words, because you're not gonna trust your own gut instinct. You're not gonna trust yourself, because I was so used to being like a yes man that I didn't even know what my own thoughts were. So when I did have thoughts that weren't given by somebody else, I'm like, are these really my thoughts? Like, do I really feel like this? And it was hard, because now after internalizing everything, you have to find your own voice. You have to say, like, how does this make me feel? Do I agree with this? No, I don't. Do I agree with that? Yes, I do. Could this have been better? And that's just, like, situations. I like the worst one of all, like, the behaviors is the social withdrawal. Like, I don't like being around a huge group of people. I can't, like, it's so hard for me. So if you see me out and, like, an event or something, like, it took so much energy for me to go, because I don't like it. I don't like the atmosphere. I'd rather be in a small group setting or just be by myself. That, like, ugh, I can't do it. And then, like, what I say, the feeling of loneliness or guilt or just sadness, I have all those. And sometimes, like, the nervousness, and it's like, why am I so nervous? But because I keep so much inside, it's like, it's really unhealthy for you. So I guess some tips for that is learning to speak your mind when somebody may give an opinion that you may not agree with. Instead of just letting it go, like, really speak your mind and give your piece. Another one would be just practicing, like, saying good things to yourself, like practicing having your own opinion. Spend time with yourself and, like, really work on not blaming yourself, not feeling guilty for something you may have done wrong or you feel like you could have done better. I wrote some things about what you should keep in mind while you think of this. So keep in mind that other people can't read your mind. Not everybody knows that you messed up. Not everybody knows, like, what you're internalizing, so you have to speak up. So not everyone can read your mind, so let them know. If you feel some type of way, say it, because that way you'll avoid so much heartache from friendships, family members sometimes, and strangers. Just say what you have to say, and in the most respectful way. If you don't express your emotions, it becomes very unhealthy and can affect your future endeavors. Like I said, if you're not able to stand up for yourself, how will you know you're doing something right? And if you're not able to stand up for yourself, how will you know if what you're doing is you're doing and not somebody else's, because you're just listening? Another one is, don't judge your self-worth based on how much you do for other people. There's no guarantee that they will be there for you in your time with me. Knowing that, like, just because you're an amazing person to your friends, they're not always going to be amazing back. You know, you'll have some friends that are takers and not givers. Some people will take from you, and you have to learn how to compensate for that without having to feel lonely, feel sad, feel unloved, beat yourself up for it. So that's another thing. Just know that your self-worth is not based on how they reciprocate or not reciprocate who you are. And the last one I said, write down what you want to say if you can't say it out loud. I remember as a kid, I'm pretty sure my dad remembers this too, when I would be so mad at him, but I couldn't say it because, like I said, I internalized everything. Everything stayed, and I never, like, till this day, if you ask my parents if I've ever, like, spoke badly to them or disrespect them in any way, they cannot tell you one time that I did, because I felt like it was so important not to disrespect your parents. Like, I just didn't do it. But in turn, like, not being able to say what I wanted to say really did hurt me in the end. And now I have to learn how to build that up. And now my parents and I have, like, open communication, thankfully, like, thank God. But, you know, like I said, when I was younger, I would write down how I felt and, like, be like, Dad, I'm mad at you, blah, 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 blah. Like, so I would write down how I felt, and then I would leave the note in his room, and then when he read it, he would come down and talk to me. And that's how we communicated, because I couldn't do it. Like, I didn't want to disrespect him. I didn't want to get in trouble. Your parents are, like, all you have when you're little, you know? So there was, like, not another outlet that I could, like, have, but that's just how I did it. And I just hope, like, if you're the person that internalizes your emotions, that you take care of it. Luckily, I don't have anger problems. Internalizing anger would be bad. I just remember, like, I suppressed a lot, like, a lot, in friendships, with my siblings, just, like, with everything. And I have to learn to, like, decompress and, like, get rid of all that, because sometimes it just weighs heavy and you don't know what to do, and you just feel like there's a lot in your head and you're not kind of sure, like, how to compartmentalize everything. So yeah, but yeah, that's just what I want to talk about. I just hope this kind of talk helps, like, with me having notes and really kind of having, like, a direction with where I'm talking, where I'm going with it, that it really does help. But I hope and I pray that if you are a person who's internalizing your feelings, that you work on it. You could work on freeing yourself and freeing the people that may have caused you that harm without knowing it, writing it down, speaking to them about it if they're still in your life and you feel like it's worth doing. If you need help, I can help you, you know, hit me up. And just find different ways to let go and let out your energy and whatever you're feeling you need to say. But that's it for this video. If you guys liked it, give it a thumbs up. If you like this kind of chat format, let me know. I like it because I feel like I actually spit some knowledge and let you guys know what's up. I love you guys, and until next time, I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace!